Hello, today is Valentine's Day, and what better video to make than about love? And if you're like me, who has a girlfriend or is thinking about getting a girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever your interests are in, I made a decision of dating somebody, and we've been together for almost 3 years, and we are long distance. She comes here for school, so she's here. She has a house here, so she's been here for a while. The only time she goes home is for vacation, which is like spring break, winter break, whatever college breaks there are, or just to visit family on the weekends. And I've learned a lot when I've never done long distance in any relationship or even friendship. All of my family, friends, and people that I've known are in a very tight circle. So this was something very new. So in the very beginning, when we first started talking, I didn't think of it much. I was like, oh, it's just long distance. She's just going to be gone for a month. And she's in Sacramento, and I'm here in Los Angeles. So it's not like crazy like she's in New York. So she's about a 4.5, 5 hour drive from me when she's at home, like her real home. But still, it's long distance because I can't see her daily. Anyways, let me mute my phone before anybody else texts. Excuse that. So I thought nothing much of it. I'm like, okay, it's just going to be a month at max, maybe a couple months that she's going to be gone at home with her family, and then she'll be back here for the rest of the year or the rest of the semester. Like I said, thought nothing of it. Then came the day. It was, I think, our first 2 months officially dating, where she's like, okay, like, I'm going to go home for the summer. I was like, oh, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, wait, like, this is the reality of long distance. Like, you're actually going to leave. I kind of didn't accept it at first, and I was really nervous. I was really scared. And she had went home, and I remember that first goodbye was very hard. It was very different because knowing we're still together, but just not being able to share that physical love and attention with each other for that period of time was weird. Um, and this is, like I said, this is her first time and my first time doing long distance. So we had zero knowledge going into it. We didn't know how to handle situations. We didn't really know how to communicate. Everything was so new. So this was just going to be a bundle of fun. And if you guys have been in a relationship long distance or are thinking about it, it does take a lot of work, a lot of trust, and a lot of patience and communication. If you don't have any of that, I would advise you guys start talking about it. Or if you guys are already in that situation but kind of don't know what's going on, that's where you need to communicate on, hey, we should try this. So for that first month, obviously we can't see each other in person, so we would schedule like movie dates. There's applications on your phone or on your computer where you can watch movies together, and you guys can either A, stay on the phone on FaceTime while the movie's playing on your computer, or, oh, you can see my sister. Sorry. No, you're okay. I see you in the background. Um, so you can either do movie dates like that, or I've seen on TikTok where it's like dinner night, where one person door dashes the dinner for your girlfriend, and then the girlfriend door dashes dinner for you, and you guys surprise each other with each other's favorite meal. That's some creative stuff you guys can do. Um, there's many things you can do. You can make it work if you really want to. If you really love the person, if you're really committed to them, and you see them in your future, and you just have that feeling for them, you can make it work. Kind of like how I'm doing right now. And I think the only flaw that I personally suffered, in long distance is I wasn't a very secure person when we first started dating. So when she was long distance, I would overthink a lot. Her not being here, I never had that reassurance of like, hey, like I love you. Sure, over the text is cool, but sometimes you just want to hear it face to face. So a lot of things were taken away when we were separated, and the overthinking came in, the deep thoughts, and just being nervous. But that all came with insecurity for myself, not her fault. And I don't think you should project that onto your significant other if that is your issue, like I did. That was a mistake I made. And if you plan on going into a long distance relationship, make sure you are secure and confident, because her being long distance, whether it's being at home or going to school or for work, it's going to be miserable. It's not going to work out. And it's just going to cause a lot of conflict that is unwanted. And that conflict was never there when we were in person. So I knew the long distance was the issue. And we made it work. I unfortunately carried those characteristics for a few months until we had a talk, and I think having a lot of phone calls and having a lot of communication does help with situations like that, because I myself require a lot of attention. I don't know if I'm like the only dude that requires that. I've always heard like girls talking about like, oh, my man doesn't give me enough attention, or he's not in touch with his feelings. Dude, I'm like the total opposite. I need attention. I love attention. I love explaining to you how I feel. Crazy. But maybe that's just me. But if you guys are just like me, let me know. I'm curious if there's any dudes out there or girls out there that are the same way. But but yeah, you are going to come across some roadblocks in long distance that only happen during long distance, but that's when you have to talk about it with them rather than lashing out, because then it's just going to cause conflict, resentment, and that resentment's going to be hard to break down, and it could lead to something that you don't wish ever happened. Thankfully, I had a girlfriend that was very strong, very confident, very secure. So she held my hand throughout the whole way, reassured me, and I can't thank her enough. So if you're watching this video, right, I love you so much. Thank you. But yeah, you can make it work. Is it worth it? Yes, if you really love the person and you see them in your future, I do believe it's worth it. And along with being long distance, it's pretty cool to plan visits. Maybe not once a week or a few times a week, depending on how far they are. But if it's occasionally, like maybe once every couple months or a couple times every few months, that's what makes it fun too. You can go visit where she's from. She can show you around that area, and vice versa. When she's over there, you can invite her down to your place, show around the area, and that just grows the experience, that grows the bond with each other. I've also heard and learned that being long distance really proves that you love the other person, because if you're willing to work things out, to communicate and love one another while not being physically together, that just shows that there's an abundance amount of love and joy there to keep that alive even when you're not with them. So if you're able to do that separated, imagine the things you can do and create when you're together. So it does, in my opinion, bring you closer to your significant other, because it builds a lot of trust, a lot of confidence, and you guys learn how to communicate with some issues that happen in long distance. So when little things come throughout the way in your relationship, not every relationship is perfect. So you are going to go through some issues, but when those issues come along, you're going to be like, if we were able to handle living this far from each other in situations like that, this is nothing. And that all comes with being yourself and her being herself and you guys working it out. But I think the key thing, in my opinion, to long distance is communication. That is the key thing. And I'm not talking about like, well, of course, like, oh, these are my wants and needs. These are what your wants and needs. But communicate on, hey, I think we should call once a day or once every couple weeks or once, or whatever you guys are comfortable with. Sent like what do you call it? Like a middle ground for you and her, or him and her or him, whatever. I don't freaking know what I'm saying. I'm gonna try also keeping this video with no cuts. So if you hear me stutter, I apologize. But this is gonna be pretty raw. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Her family's amazing. Her family has me stay at her place, and when she comes visits, she does have a house down here, but occasionally she'll come stay at mine. So super cool. I won't disclose the city we're in, obviously for privacy reasons, but she showed me around her area things that they have up there in NorCal that we don't have down here in SoCal, like a Safeway. A Safeway. Apparently, it's like a better Ralph's. I think she said it. I agree. It's way better than Ralph's. And then they also have a market called Nugget. Dude, Nugget is insane. Like the bread and this garlic cheese butter spread. I don't know what it's called, but you spread it on that bread and eat it on a hot day with some lemonade. So good. But this is literally what I'm talking about. Like, she shows you things from where she's from. You show her things from where you're from. And if that love's really there, you're going to make it work, and it's awesome. Don't let the minor inconveniences pull you guys apart. Work past them and everything will be okay. And honestly, I'm not like, this video is not convincing you or trying to force you to get into that long distance relationships if that's not your thing. Some people don't prefer to be in long distance, and that's okay. I totally get it. And some people do want to make it work. And I guess this video is for those people that are interested, to show you it could work out. I've been together with my girlfriend for an amazing almost 3 years coming up. Almost there. And it's been amazing. I love her very much. She loves me very much. The adventures we've been on, the hikes, the views, the stories, we've grown so close together. I've never grown this close to anybody in my life. It's beautiful. But that's pretty much it. If you've been thinking about it, if you've been contemplating it, if you've been in a long distance relationship, let me know what you guys have done to keep that bond strong, and how to keep your guys' love alive even when you're not physically together. But that's pretty much it. If you really love him, if you really love her, definitely distance is worth it. Or what do they say? It's worth the distance. There you go. That's pretty much it. Communication, love one another, patience, and confidence. You need confidence because, like I mentioned before, if you don't have confidence, you're going to think she's fooling around over there, or vice versa. She's going to think you're fooling around over there. You guys have to have trust and confidence. And if that's something you're like, okay, I don't have that and I don't want this, stay away from long distance. But if you're a very secure person, she's a very secure person, you guys communicate, things will be a breeze. And for some people, it's a lot easier. Some people, it's a lot harder. But eventually, you guys will get it, and it'll work out. And long distance is only temporarily. Obviously, when we get older, we plan on getting a place together, and the world knows what we're going to have planned. Only God knows, you know? But definitely, that's another thing I wanted to go into. Go day by day, go step by step. I always thought about the future when we first started dating in long distance, and I'm like, so what's going to happen when you're done with school and you're not going to be down here no more? What's going to happen when you go to this school? What's going to happen when your family goes here if you guys move out again? Don't stress yourself out. Everything will plan into place. Stressing yourself out about the future is not healthy. It only causes stress for you and your partner. I made that mistake. Early on while we were dating, I would always think about the worst case scenario in the future. And that's when she told me, like, hey, just enjoy your time. We are going to figure it out. I love you. We're going to figure it out. You love me. We're going to figure it out. Whatever happens at the end, if we still love each other, we're going to make it work. And I was like, wow, like, okay, that's perfect. Like, let's do it. So don't worry about the future of what if. There's a lot of what ifs, you know? Just think of the positive, enjoy the moment, enjoy what's going on right now in life with her or him, and just love one another. So yeah, don't think of the future. It's just going to eat you from the inside out. Not worth it. So just think about the now, and think about your next lunch spot, you know? Just go with the flow. Have a plan, obviously, but just enjoy each day by day. And that's going to be it. I really love you guys. I really love you, Rye, if you're watching this. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day, so if you're watching this with a Valentine, go send him or her a text that you love them, if you have not already. But if you guys don't have a Valentine's, happy Valentine's. I'm always here for you guys. I love you very much. If you guys have any questions or comments or statements you want to tell me, maybe you can help me out in long distance or anybody else out in the comments, drop it down below. I'll reply to it. I reply to almost 100% of the comments really fast, so I'm curious to see where you guys stand on this. I love you. Have a good day. I'll see you guys on the next video. So yeah, I apologize again for stuttering a lot. This is my first video with no cuts, so bear with me. We're trying to get better. All right, later.